One of my favorite fills coming up. I think it's right here. I love that. Hello there. Welcome to another reaction video. This one provided by Drumeo, again, of course. Damn you, Drumeo, with your consistency. Video is the iconic drumming behind Blood and Thunder, Mastodon Breakdown. Blood and Thunder was off of Leviathan, from the band Mastodon, of course. Very awesome song, and a crazy music video, if you've ever seen it. I forget where it was filmed. I used to live in Atlanta, and it was filmed somewhere. I first saw Mastodon in 2008 at Bonnaroo in a very crowded tent. It was really cool, and I saw them for their Crack the Sky CD release album, which was done at Criminal Records, little 5 Points in Atlanta. It was crazy because there was no stage, and they were like right in front of me. Very cool. I love Brann Dailor. He's just so unique and just a powerhouse drummer, and he's a funny guy.
This is Brann from Mastodon. I came up with the original riff inspired by a compilation of Egyptian top 40, pretty much wall-to-wall bangers on that CD. Today we're breaking down Blood and Thunder. So, Blood and Thunder, that was the...
So awesome. Great arms, courtesy in part to drumming. Yeah, I suppose. Drumming is a lot of smaller muscles, a lot of fingers. I mean, there's a lot of joints involved. I mean, when you first start playing, you get pretty sore, but still, it's just a lot of like little forearm stuff. But like your delts, your side delts, you'll get worked from like moving around and all that stuff. I would assume there's some tricep maybe, and then legs. It's a full body workout is what it is.
We essentially played the whole album every single night just to practice and figure out what it was going to be. The Neurosis guys told us that they did that with Through Silver and Blood. They were like, oh yeah.
I know, his dog, bass drum head. It's so funny. This badass, like, all these murals on here and all crazy colors, and it's like, and dog. I think when I saw him, he had Randy Rhoads on the front of his, and he had like the Randy Rhoads like polka dot drum set. I think they share the same birthday.
You're wrong, no way.
There's something behind that, and I think the dog is Precious from Silence of the Lambs, which is hilarious. It's interesting that Phil, it's been a minute since I've heard this song, but I guess it is a one-handed Phil when he's going, or whatever he's doing. I would always imagine him using two hands, but interesting. He's got very fast hands. He's got crazy endurance too. To play a whole show, I've seen him live many times, and every time I'm just blown away that maybe he does get tired, but it doesn't show at all. I think his smallest tom, it looks like a 10-inch, which is kind of like old school. It just reminds me of like Lars, because Lars had like bigger toms. I wonder if he was inspired by Lars. It's kind of hard not to when you're in that generation. Hard to not be inspired by Lars.
I just had this image of these like giant water buffalo or oxen just kind of smashing their hoofs down on mountains and things being obliterated, and just think it's a very powerful ending to a song, and it's a real powerful ending to our set whenever we play it. You know,
that is some crazy imagery. That's awesome.
I can see it on people's faces when we play that song live, and it gets to that part, they just are like, oh.
Yeah. Impossible to not get into that that outro. You just can't not bang your head or whatever, dance. Just want to dance.
I want to dance.
Can we appreciate how minimalistic Brann's drum set is? You know, when it comes to like a metal band. I guess they're like sludge metal. I don't know what you want to call them. They're awesome. He's got what two crashes, a China, a ride, and a hi-hat, and then 4 toms. It's very stripped down. Kills it on that drum set. You can see Brann sits at like a 90-degree angle. His knee is in line with his hip, as opposed to the other video when we saw Mike Portnoy, who sits a lot higher. A little different. Everyone's different. Hi-hat seems pretty far away, but it has to be because that's a 10-inch tom, and it'll eclipse it, and it'll be impossible to hit it without hitting your hi-hat. Yeah, it's very simple drum setup, as you know, as far as metal setups go. There's no splashes, no stacks. He's got 1 China instead of like 2, which seems to be the standard. It's cool. It just sets them apart. It's always a good thing. One of my favorite fills coming up. I think it's right here. I love that.
I remember
So
talking
cool.
to our publicist at the time
Era.
because we wanted to lead with Blood and Thunder. We thought that I was like, this is gonna be a big song for us. I think it's catchy. It's really catchy. I remember being on a payphone and it was raining and our publicist was like, we can't lead with Blood and Thunder. We can't. We gotta lead with Iron.
For those of you who don't know, a payphone is a commonly used prop in 90s and earlier movies. It's doesn't exist anymore.
Somebody pick up.
Iron Tusk, because Iron Tusk is more like the Remission stuff, and you don't want to ostracize your fan base that you already have. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then we came out with Blood and Thunder second. But really, Blood and Thunder was a springboard for a lot of things for the band. You know, I feel like that was the one that ended up on Tony Hawk, and it was on all these samplers.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It got us on Ozfest, and it just really probably still it's one of our most popular songs. We usually almost always close the show with it. When we play that song, they know the show's over. If we play any other song last, they're gonna think that we're coming back out to play Blood and Thunder. So we have to end with it at this point.
Hell yeah, so cool. All right, that was Brann Dailor breaking down Blood and Thunder. Just to start to finish, punch in the face song, which is awesome. It is a certified banger. Yes, agreed. I didn't know they ended every song, every show with that. That's very cool. Cool to have a staple like that. I hope they do more videos with Brann because he's so unique and he adds a lot of color to the drumming world, which is always appreciated. All right, cool. Thanks for watching. See ya.